Autumn had painted the world in hues of gold and crimson. The trees stood like sentinels, their leaves a testament to the changing seasons. Each leaf, a brushstroke in nature's grand masterpiece, told a story of transformation and renewal. The leaves, once vibrant green, were now a kaleidoscope of colour. They shimmered in the soft light, creating a mosaic that was both breathtaking and ephemeral. The forest floor was a carpet of reds, oranges and yellows, a final burst of colour before the onset of winter. They danced in the gentle breeze, clinging to the branches with the last vestiges of their strength. Each gust of wind sent a flurry of leaves cascading to the ground, a reminder of the impermanence of life. The leaves swayed and twirled, performing a delicate ballet that captivated the soul. The air was crisp and cool, carrying the scent of damp earth and fallen leaves. It was a time of reflection, a moment to pause and appreciate the beauty of the world around us. The forest was a sanctuary, a place where one could lose themselves in the tranquility of nature. The sun, lower in the sky, cast long shadows across the land. The light filtered through the trees, creating a dappled pattern on the ground. It was a time of transition, a bridge between the warmth of summer and the cold of winter. The shadows stretched and lengthened, a visual reminder of the passage of time. It was as though nature itself was preparing for a long slumber. The trees, now bare, stood in stark contrast to the vibrant colours that had adorned them just weeks before. The landscape was quiet, a serene stillness that spoke of the cycles of life and death. The forest was readying itself for the harshness of winter, a time of rest and rejuvenation. The once bright days were now fading into early twilight. The sky, painted in shades of pink and purple, signaled the end of another day. The fading light cast a gentle glow over the landscape, a final farewell before the darkness of night. It was a time of peace, a moment to reflect on the beauty of the world and the passage of time. Amelia walked through the woods, her heart heavy with unshed tears. Each step she took seemed to echo the sorrow that weighed her down, a sorrow that had no outlet, no release. The vibrant colours of autumn did little to lift her spirits. The reds, oranges and yellows that painted the landscape were a stark contrast to the grey cloud that hung over her heart. She felt lost, adrift in a sea of uncertainty. The path ahead seemed obscured, and the familiar comfort of the past was slipping away like leaves in the wind. Life, she felt, had taken an unexpected turn. The plans she had made, the dreams she had nurtured, all seemed distant and unattainable now. The recent loss of her grandmother, a woman who had been a guiding light in her life, had left a void that seemed impossible to fill. Her grandmother's wisdom, her gentle touch, and her unwavering support were now just memories. Amelia clung tightly to the memories they had shared, finding solace in their bittersweet embrace. She remembered the stories her grandmother used to tell, the laughter they shared, and the lessons she had learned. Sitting by a stream, she let the sound of the flowing water soothe her troubled mind. The gentle babble of the brook was a reminder that life, despite its hardships, continued to flow. She picked up a fallen leaf, examining its intricate veins. It was a small, fragile thing, yet it had its own beauty and purpose. Amelia realized that, like the leaf, she too had a place in the world, even if it was hard to see at the moment. As she stood at the edge of a forest clearing, the sunlight breaking through the canopy, she felt a glimmer of hope. The journey ahead was uncertain, but she knew she had the strength to face it. With a deep breath, Amelia continued her walk, each step a testament to her resilience. The weight of unshed tears was still there, but she was determined to carry it with grace. The wind rustled through the leaves, creating a symphony of whispers. Amelia stopped to listen, her breath catching in her throat. For a moment, she could almost hear her grandmother's voice, soft and reassuring. It was a reminder that while life was fleeting, memories had the power to transcend time. The thought brought a flicker of a smile to Amelia's lips. As Amelia continued her walk, memories of her grandmother washed over her. She remembered warm summer days spent baking in her grandmother's kitchen, the air filled with the scent of cinnamon and laughter. She remembered cozy winter evenings by the fireplace, listening to her grandmother's stories, her voice soothing and wise. Each memory was a precious thread, woven together to create the tapestry of their love. Section 5. Nature's Gentle Embrace. The sun began to set, casting the forest in a warm, ethereal glow. As darkness descended, Amelia felt a sense of peace settle over her. The beauty of the dying leaves, once a painful reminder of loss, now seemed to offer a strange comfort. Nature, in its infinite wisdom, understood the cycle of life and death. It was a cycle that was both beautiful and heartbreaking. Section 6. The Warmth of Acceptance. Amelia closed her eyes, breathing in the crisp autumn air. She allowed herself to grieve, to feel the pain of her loss fully. But she also allowed herself to remember the joy, the love, the laughter. In that moment of quiet reflection, Amelia realized that her grandmother would never truly be gone. Her spirit, like the changing leaves, would always be a part of the world around her. Amelia stood there, surrounded by the vibrant hues of autumn, each leaf a reminder of the cycles of life and death. She felt the gentle breeze caress her face, as if her grandmother was whispering words of comfort and wisdom. The forest, with its towering trees and rustling leaves, became a sanctuary where she could connect with her memories and find solace. As she opened her eyes, Amelia noticed a single leaf floating down, landing softly at her feet. She picked it up, feeling its delicate veins and intricate patterns. It was a symbol of the beauty and fragility of life, a reminder that every moment is precious. She smiled, knowing that her grandmother's legacy would live on through her actions, her kindness, and her love. With a renewed sense of peace, Amelia walked through the forest, embracing the warmth of acceptance. She understood that while loss is inevitable, the memories and love we carry within us can provide strength and comfort. The autumn leaves continue to fall, each one a testament to the enduring connection between the past and the present. Section 7. The Promise of New Beginnings. As the last rays of sunlight faded, Amelia opened her eyes and looked around. The forest, though cloaked in shadows, was not a place of ending. It was a place of transformation, of renewal. Spring, with its promise of new life, would come again. And with it, Amelia knew, would come the strength to face the future, carrying the memory of her grandmother in her heart. Section 8. Embracing the Cycle of Life. Amelia left the forest that night, her heart lighter than it had been in weeks. She had come to realize that while change was inevitable, it was not something to be feared. It was, she now understood, an integral part of life's rich tapestry. And just as autumn gracefully gave way to winter, so too would sorrow eventually give way to acceptance and hope.